Hello there. I'm Brc. Can't you tell, can't you see? Yeah! Can't you tell, can't you see, motherfucker? It's just one of those days.
Very excited right now. Today, my super budget air fryer, Hugh and I have been working our way through some rusty clothes, and they're going to hopefully get progressively nicer. I'm doing this by my own personal judgment before making them, so let's get going. So what I mean by that is I've got 5 recipes, I've looked at them and gone, very excited right now.
Yeah! Yeah! Let me tell you something. I can't wait for the Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight. What? Also, I cannot wait. What? Alright, man.
Why is she still here?
I had to go get her. So
Wow. Oh, hell. I did. I got sick and oh, fucking shit.
Well, Brc'S Turkey artificial flavoring tastes pretty close to the real thing. One rogue flavor stands out from the rest, specifically because of how long it tastes. It's a popular flavor for soft drinks and candies.
I'm filming, you know.
It doesn't seem to taste anything like an actual grape. So, how did we wind up with that purple punchy flavor? Well, today, we're answering the age-old question, what the hell is grape flavoring?
I'm filming.
But before we get started, be sure to subscribe to the Weird History Food channel. After that, leave us
That I enjoy Morgantown, yes, and I also enjoy Clarksburg. You know what though? That Chinese restaurant in Clarksburg is good. I think it's called Grand China Buffet and Grill. It's so good. The sushi's good, and the sushi's better than down here in the Charleston area. Did I go Popeyes? No. Before all that, we went to Wendy's in Flatwoods. But I did find something new at Wendy's. I didn't try it though. Called the.
Yeah, right here. Get here and get bed.
Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Anyway, let's talk about Simon real quick. If I did go Popeyes, you would know about it. And don't worry, this race is from the Golden Walk, and that General So's is from the Golden Walk, I think. And trying to think of a video to watch. Finally, we got some videos to watch. Finally, after days and days and days. How did my appointment go? Well, they didn't actually check my lungs. They checked my breathing, but they didn't actually check my lungs. And also, they said it sounded fine, but then I got to go back for other stuff in months and months' time. The pulmonary doctor was actually nice. It makes me want to jump up with joy. Sure, he may be hard to understand a little bit. I forget what his name was. But, he's a nice guy. You know, normally don't get that down here. Yeah, Morgantown is a long drive, but here at the Fang, at least they got better doctors. One of these days, I'm going to go to Morgantown to have fun. I guess in a way I am also having fun if I get out of the hospital, but one of these days I better go to Morgantown for fun. I got to one day. I don't care how long it takes, but Morgantown. Did you see who the guest picker for college game day? No. Who is it? It's not me. Is it Trish Stratus? Who is it? Now we need to watch a video. Oh, it's Cody Rhodes. Okay, that makes more sense. I wish it was Trish Stratus, though.
I was going to turn 26 and lose my mom's coverage, so I need to buy my own plan. For $4 a month.
I'm very excited right now. Today, my super budget air fryer, Hugh and I are going to be working our way through some recipe clones, and they're going to hopefully get progressively nicer. I'm doing this by my own personal judgment before making them, so let's get going. So what I mean by that is I've got 5 recipes, I've looked at them and gone, yeah, that seems like it could work, but might be actually terrible, right up to the last one, hopefully being pretty much amazing. So the first one I'm a little bit skeptical about is making donuts in an air fryer that's supposed to be like Krispy Kreme style. There's a list of things that you shouldn't really air fry, such as wet batters. Air fryers hate that. Making donuts, normally you just dollop them in the fryer, let them cling that shape straight away because it's so hot. In an air fryer, yeah. So this recipe I found is actually one where you don't need to wait for the dough to rise. There's no yeast, so it's the least sort of copycat thing, I think, in that regard. Do you know what I mean? Flour, sugar, salt, some butter, but we need to melt it. So in you go in the microwave for like 15-second blast, because unlike when you melt chocolate in like 30-second blast, you've got a little bit of time. Butter is just like, no, I'm splattering now. Anyhow, we'll get the Greek yogurt in. We've done this before to make sort of like bodge scones using Greek yogurt instead. And I was wondering why like Greek yogurt is like so, oh yeah, use Greek yogurt. Well, apparently, I'm just reading this here, it says it gets strained multiple times to make it super creamy. It's got a higher protein content, lower sugar and carbohydrate levels than other yogurts. The high protein and low carb content make Greek yogurt more filling, which can be helpful for those on a diet. Sorry, I found that quite interesting. I just thought you use Greek yogurt quite often. I'm like, well, why? There we go. So I don't have a donut cutter. They do exist, but obviously the easiest way around it is to just get, well, a cookie cutter. And it's just a personal thing, but I do quite like sometimes. It's just, I dunk the cookie cutter, edge the cutter bit in flour. I just find that it just gives you like a much more true, look at that, see? Spinny, spinny, spin, and it separates it, like no stickiness whatsoever. And you probably get about 8 donuts in total out of this. So I've got a lid like this, so this is some cordial. I'm not going to flour that, because I don't want to get flour in our drinks. Unfortunately, the capacity of Hugh is quite small, so I don't feel confident putting more than 1 in at a time, which is the least fast food in every sense. However, one good thing about putting it on a baking parchment like that is that I can cut it out into individual portions for it to sit on with still plenty of airflow for it to pass around and cook or fry our donuts. Alright, so we're just going to get Hugh on 180C, just preheating for a little bit. I think most things don't need to be preheated in an air fryer, but with dough like that, I want to give it the best chance I can. So while Hugh is just warming up, our butter comes into play and we can brush the tops. The recipe I'm following doesn't tell me to add like cinnamon sugar or something like this now, but there's nothing stopping you sprinkling a little bit actually onto the donut surface now, so it's sort of bake. Oh, it's starting to say bakes again. Harry, you only fry in an air fryer, how dare you? And like I say, look, I can fit one in. Every second counts there. Get in there, my friend. Unfortunately, Hugh doesn't have a window, so I can't see what's going on, but I'm going to trust the process. It says 6 minutes, and I'll have donuts. I don't know how puffed up they'll be. This is why I'm putting this recipe first. I think it's a little bit skeptical. I don't mind a baked donut, but is it really a donut if it's not fried? No. Just whilst that is frying, though, we can make our glaze. This is going to be quite a basic one. Icing sugar, that's some vanilla extract. And I'm going to add splashes of milk just gradually. Oh, that is beautiful. I'm not going to add any more to that, because as it settles, it should firm up a little bit. Nice. That's our glaze. Right, I've got to be honest, I've no idea what these are going to look like. I've got a baking tray here with a wire rack so we can get our glaze to just kind of settle once we dunk. I've got 3 more pineapple rings of donutness in anticipation waiting, and about a minute left on that air fryer, and it should hopefully be any minute now. It does smell really buttery right now. Ooh, I have no idea what this is going to look like. Oh, well, it looks like a donut. There's butter inside the hole there, just sort of.
I don't think there's going to.
Away. It does smell so buttery. And there was like a scone recipe that was literally the same as that, which is why I'm so skeptical about this. But icing sugar can mask most things. Doesn't look very appealing, does it? But we'll dunk it in, over like that. Ooh, okay, that's a bit better. If you shimmy some decorations on, you make your donut look pretty darn awesome. It's amazing how much nicer and appealing. I mean, you do eat with your eyes, right? Well, I've never understood that phrase. You definitely eat with your mouth, but look at it. I think that looks really, really cool. So this is obviously not a true clone of a Krispy Kreme donut. They don't use Greek yogurt. They'll probably use eggs in their mixture, for example, but it smells good. There is the tang of the yogurt slightly. It gives it like a little zing, you know? It is actually quite fluffy too. But I thought this was going to be the worst recipe, but it's okay. And plus, because of the base recipe, we didn't need to let it brew or rise or anything. That's actually a really good start. I wanted to hate that. I think I hate the principle and the theory of it, but as a thing, okay, I'm quite impressed actually. Maybe I should have done this one first. This is weird. So we're actually going to make a drink, because I just propped you up. There we go. In the air fryer. Pumpkin spice latte. So silly. Now I was going to get a big mug here that I could pour into a smaller one, but this is my standard smaller mug, and even that, with the basket out of it, might be too small. Yeah, I was going to get this mug. It actually says on the bottom, dishwasher and microwave safe. It doesn't say air fryer safe for some reason, but instead we've got this little dainty mug here, and that will be okay. Yeah, even as I've started doing these steps, I'm like, yeah, this definitely should have been the worst one first up. So this is some cold milk. So it's 3 parts milk to 1 part brewed coffee, vanilla. This is some pumpkin puree. I'm only going to put in like maybe a teaspoon, but you can put in a lot more. Sweeten it with some sugar if we want. I'm definitely going to do that. And it looks kind of latte-ish at the moment. It's got a nice little pumpkin hue to it. I mean, obviously it's just brown. I don't know where I get that from. But anyhow, this is some pumpkin spice. Bought this in the shop. It's just past Halloween, so it was on offer. When I used to sell it in the shop, Halloween stuff's getting crazy. I saw a car wash the other day that had pumpkin spice foam. Can't wait for Christmas when they do a turkey flavored one. Anyhow, let's try and do this from here. Oh wow. Okay, this is working.
Yeah.
Come on. Oh, I'm just waiting. There's going to be some sort of kick, isn't there? Oh, this bit, I need to push it gently. So if you forgive me, we are now about to air fry a latte. Okay, I've just googled it.
Oh no.
Temperature for coffee to be brewed at is between.
Oh, I hate what.
How low did this go again? Ooh, we can do 95C. Yes, Hugh. Oh my gosh. Oh no. in there. And actually, to be fair, yeah, that is really hot. It does smell blooming good, though. I'll give it that. Just got to get it out of here.
That's stupid.
Oh, that's it. Oh my word.
Be careful, 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 Barry.
Has become a very cool platform right there. And it actually does look. That looks alright. Oh, some more pumpkin spice sprinkled on. Cheeky little thing that. Why do I not hate this again? It's ridiculous. Don't do this.
Looks like you done cocaine.
Well, that's lovely. It's worked. It's brewed it. I mean, ultimately, we've just warmed it. But I can't say it hasn't worked. Obviously, we're restricted by the mug height. And, yeah. Right, next one. We're supposed to be getting better, and these two have been alright. This one might fail. From one Starbucks clone to another one, which we're going to have to adapt, and it will mean the recipe is way faster. So we're going to try and clone a lemon loaf, a Starbucks one. Now this is the American version of the lemon loaf. The icing finish is slightly different. That is really not my priority right now, but what is important, this is the air fryer bucket from Hugh. This is Alan, my other air fryer, which is slightly larger. And this is one of 4 different loaf tins that I've got, and they're all the same size. That ain't gonna fit. Now luckily, I have lots of mini ones. And one of those, just about, 2 won't go in. We're going to make, potentially now, the world's first mini Starbucks clone lemon loaf pound cake in an air fryer. Alright? So I might have way too much fat.
With brands they love at a Walmart price, give a gift that shows you get them.
Another group project. It's due tomorrow. I hope I can get online tonight. I really need this to pass. Truth is, I can't do this on my own. Connect every student, change every future. Connecting changes everything.
Being myself is the most thing I can do. My own self. Proud, strong, free, emotional. Myself, equals my member of my
Your whole health is more than what you find at the doctor's office. It's everything around you.
And also the cooking time could get really confused. There is an air fryer playlist there if you like videos like this, so do check out at the end of the video. But I do like that we've sort of got this margin for error. I wanted to say margarine. So we're going to cream it together with sugar. Looks like mashed potato. Salt, bicarb soda, vanilla. Instead of milk, it's telling me to add in sour cream or Greek yogurt again. I'm not really interested in all that Greek yogurt facts. I was like, just stick Greek yogurt in. But yeah, why? And now I'm just thinking, is that yogurt from Greece or is that just the name of it? A bit of lemon zest, flour, egg. Which combined looks like that. Or just a classic cake batter. I've definitely got enough to probably have at least 2 more attempts at this. So as we're air frying a batter or air baking, we're air baking. I do believe that we should preheat those ones. So 170C, in it goes. The final 2 recipes we're doing are savoury and involve meats. For the area that is, I don't think preheating is as important for that. But for like the donuts, for that instant heat to try and give it some rise, for the batter in the cake, I want to help it as best I can. And I don't know if we're actually going like progressively worse. The final 2 are going to be good, I promise. So just while that's cooking, thanks to everyone that's filled out the survey so far. I'm going to close it soon, but if you've not had a chance to fill it out yet, it takes about 1 minute. There's a link in the pinned comment description. There should be a card here. I massively appreciate your input. So let's make the icing. It's just basically icing sugar, a bit more lemon zest, some of the lemon juice as well, a nice thick icing to give it that sort of stereotypical frosting look on the top. Oh, sorry, I just moved my camera and that is done. I'm really relaxed. Quite nice. Although, I haven't opened this yet. Ooh. It's browned onto all. It looks very battery underneath. Oh, I don't know. That's come out clean, but oh no, it's a little wet at the bottom. No. Loaf cakes. I don't know what it is for me. Loaf cakes. Out of all the things I've ever baked, like sometimes the most temperamental, they're like, yeah, that's fine. But it's quite a lot of height in there. I'll give it another 5 minutes.
Also, if I go to rock the country, I found that the fees are somewhat damn expensive. I mean, it's like the fees on that are $23 or more. What? Bitch, what the fuck? That's what the sound effects should say, but of course I don't have the sound effects board. You know, like that one-star yacht video saying, hey, yo, what the fuck? You know, after he makes a sexual joke about 5 guys. Yeah.
The colour on the top is nice.
And also, if I go rock the country, I found out the beer, which I don't like beer, but at least I'll try some beer if it's the right beer. And the beer is gonna be $8 fucking. $8 fucking for a beer? Really? I got Mike's Harder Lemonade for $1.90 the other day, and it probably tasted better than that goddamn Budweiser and Bud Light. But I know they taste horrible. But I know Budweiser and Bud Light taste horrible. Yeah, yo, what the fuck?
In and out like that, but this is new. I'm just trusting the timings. If I get it right, I'll do a recipe write-up if you want to try it. But remember, this is for a mini loaf tin.
And I think that's the real reason why they're failing, because it tastes horrible. And people are going to liquor more. Like, especially, I tried some liquor drinks at Old Smoky Tennessee Moonshine, and they are fucking right. Old Smoky Tennessee Moonshine had taken more care of their alcohol than the beer companies take care of their alcohol. Liquor and whiskey, bourbon, moonshine, like those type of stuff. Rum, maybe, take care of their well, maybe not rum, not all the rum, but most of the rum is taken care of.
It's been 5 minutes. I set the timer a little higher now. Give me a slack. I'm trying to pause it.
But I'm a soda guy, you know.
I can.
A diet soda or zero sugar soda type of guy.
Don't let me down. Don't let me down. Oh, okay. I think I can get around that by taking it down to 1 minute duration. Imagine that, like, out of all this, it's the air fryer that's the biggest fail. Come on, Q. You can hear the silence. Q decided to turn off the 1 minute timer, so I need to basically get my timings perfect going forwards. Ooh, now look at that batter. It's gone even higher there. I feel like that was the uncooked stuff. Doesn't look too pretty, but I think the story of this video so far that I've seen is hiding the damage. Come on, well, it does feel a lot softer. Right, let's try and get this out and ice it. Ooh, this is looking promising. And I think I will just give it a haircut. Yes, get rid of that extra bit there. Yeah. Now, if it was raw by now, we would have batter coming out underneath it. I'm talking from experience of Sunday afternoon baking cakes with my kids. Dad, how's the banana bread doing? Yeah. And what did I just say? Look. Oh, no. It's failed. It wasn't cooked through still. Damn you loaves. Right. We'll go.
Yeah.
It will mean the recipe is way faster. Damn it. Well, I reckon we might have to really push it to 35 minutes. Way faster. About 15 minutes, we should have that brown lid. Foil going back on for another 20 minutes to really warm it through. And even then, look, there's this like little pocket. It's quite far in there still, look. You wouldn't want that. Just to say, after 10 minutes, look, we've got that gorgeous brown top again, and that wave, but I reckon that is the fan doing that. So, foil on, and 20 minutes at least. And this now is going to be beyond the baking time for a large tin. Anyhow, while that's been cooking, I moved on to my next one, and this is something that actually is a personal favourite of mine that I used to be Okay, I've not researched it, but this is my own little idea to do. I blooming love a McDonald's rib. In fact, they are actually available right now in the UK. This is a genuine story. I actually went and bought a McRib the other day and filmed it. Yeah, did you sell the McRibs yet?
Yeah, that's fine. Jordan asked me about it, sir.
Just on its own. I actually don't know why. I was like, I'll just buy this and film it, and then I'll do something with it. I was thinking maybe doing a giant McRib perhaps, but I bought it, so I've got like a McRib box, and I put it in my freezer. That's absolutely legit. This is a frozen McRib, but they've had some pretty negative reviews. Basically, one of the complaints was that they don't cook it fully drenched in the barbecue sauce. We can get over that. The other was that the patty didn't seem to have the indents what the McRib stereotypically did. So whilst that's been cooking away, just a minute ago, I took some pork mince.
I also dreamt I swam in the ocean,
now that's gone back in the fridge.
but then there was shit all over the lawn, the sand.
If you guys have got any,
Because that was a fucking nightmare last night.
Go to a McDonald's like where they don't do
Then apparently I ate the shit.
It doesn't taste right about it.
You.
Reaction, or like I said,
I would have dreamed that. Like then I eat fucking shit.
So with the McRib, you have an onion. You usually have that classic McDonald's gherkin, but that's just a slice of pickle, really.
I know it sounds horrible, doesn't it? My dreams are that horrible sometimes.
Example of the latest batch is cryogenically frozen.
Ew.
That's just what I get. Get emotional with my McRib. Yeah, there you go. There's some gherkins as well, straight from a jar. We'll actually try and toast the buns in the air fryer too.
I think that's stupid.
The sauce and the shaped patties that are now locking into kind of hold their shape. We're just waiting on our lemon cake. Okay, I don't know if it's a spear now, but I've given it another 5 minutes. I've not even opened the door, so that's probably a good thing as well with the heat loss. I mean, if it fails, you've got to front up to it and be like, well, that's the whole point. Perhaps that should have been first on the progressively getting
I bet you.
Right now, based on the success rate, I could really eat an air fried donut. I've just had to turn Hugh off at the wall because the timer went to 0 and just kept going. That bodes well, doesn't it? However, if this is not done, you could probably have made a roast dinner in this near the entire time there. Ooh. Oh, that is way darker on the top.
Actually, I better not do that on camera because they'll get me for not being official to the lottery.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I bet you this, I bet you this much, $5, that Mike Tyson will beat Jake Paul. Just Mike Tyson will beat Jake Paul. And by knockout.
And when you finish,
I was gonna say that, but I'm gonna keep the $5 fucking. Fuck that.
I work a lot of jobs, but none of them come with health insurance.
And plus, I think the West Virginia lottery would get on to me because this is not official to them, and neither is it gonna be official to the others. You get what I'm saying? Like it.
I think it's frat.
Go 15 minutes. I can't stop it at all. Hugh, this is the last time we see you. And it is starting to smell a bit of factory. Come on now. Yeah, look at the colours. Way darker. One thing that sometimes happens when I make low cakes, you might notice in a minute, some batter falling out. I'm confident with this one. Alright, I'm taking those out now because I don't want to bake the whole thing. I still want to keep it fairly soft, but you can see it's got light toasting on there. I've had to add a little bit more lemon juice to this to try and revive it. But look, it's all like bumpy and horrible. Especially that side, look. Let's just get that on there. Oh. Not a bad sprinkle. But meanwhile, I have taken, this is the smallest one. But I don't know how much it's going to shrink. About 20 minutes. We want to cook it through. I'm hoping it shrinks a little bit to fit our sub roll. Like I say, if not, we can trim it off a little bit and get around that. It's kind of like the savoury version of our icing. All I want to see is a baked, cooked through cake. And I did say baked, because we have. Let's try it. I'm so glad I read that. That's really good. Unfortunately, due to the size of the air fryer, it's restricted to the size of the tin, so perhaps the oven would have been more efficient in that case, with the baking time being pretty much the same. But that was well worth the wait. Wow. Okay, look. Ooh, nice sizzle, you. Gonna take that out. Ooh, look at the colour on that. And this is one of the things that people were complaining about, right? The McRib that's come back, it looks like it's just brushed with barbecue sauce rather than actually cooked in it. We've got the perfect outlook for that. get over this. Look, if I just fully coat it, so with the sugar content in barbecue sauce, it's not going to take long to warm this up, but I want to submerge it. I'm very excited right now. So let's go for 5 minutes. The pork's kind of covered, so hopefully it won't brown too much more, but it's going to warm through, take on those flavours. And on a personal note, this really should be my favourite today. Alright, that is a drenched McRib patty there. And I was mulling over going, a bit smaller, do I slice it? I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm going to go all out like that. Oh my word. It's fitting it perfectly. Couple of pickles, and then some of the raw onion, not much. I was going to wipe that little blob of barbecue sauce, but I realised I don't think it matters because, like, it all wants to run down anyway. Look at that. A homemade McRib in an air fryer. Just trying to take a picture of my thumbnail holding all this, and it all nearly still over. I don't know if I captured that.
God never know.
Actually, I think the gherkins and the onions play a role. They're going to give it some crunch. I love how I've actually got a genuine one in my freezer. And that barbecue sauce just cloaked. And actually was still quite warm, the patty, which is not too thick. You need to make sure, like when you make homemade burgers, don't make it like too thick, otherwise it's going to be really heavy. Oh, good. And that was really easy. I just ate that McRib. That was genuinely my very late. Absolutely delicious. So I thought I was going to leave the best till last. On a personal note, that was definitely, I don't think I'm going to peak that. However, I know so many of you guys love Taco Bell Crunchwrap Supremes. This is how you can make one in an air fryer. And use bucket. That's how we use it. Except this time we're cooking the meat first, and it's the star of the show. Genuine air fryer oil, we've talked about that before. I definitely feel like there's a way that you can improve an air fryer like this, where you make all your prep in it, but it's got like another liner or something that you can just remove.
Oh no,
So that you do this with your, like not damaging it or something. I'm hoping to get like some sort of crazy Doc Brown moment where it comes to me in the night. This is some taco seasoning. You can buy this in shops, ready mixed like this. But if you've got a lot of spices in your cupboard, you could probably make it yourself. And I think the reason that I picked this one first, or last, as the case may be, was that I think actually it's probably the most impressive for the least amount of work. It's quite simple. Just while that's finishing up, I'm a little bit worried about the tortillas. We'll come on to that in a minute. We've just got some lettuce. Got some sour cream from before, tomato that we're just going to cut. It's all just like rough and ready garnish on it. And I think as well, like this, kind of like the McRib as well, there's no frying pan or anything like that. We're doing it all in the air fryer. Boom. That looks so good. We just grab a spoon and now, this is a large tortilla. Large tortillas. Now I'm almost positive these were bigger, pretty much 6 months ago. I don't know what's going on. That is not a large tortilla. But whilst we've got some flavour in there, I'm going to push that tortilla in there just for a minute. We don't want to push it too long, otherwise it will bake and stay in that shape. But I'm only going to do it one side, which is going to be the inside of the wrap. So it's going to warm through, get a bit of that flavour on there for like a minute. That will literally do. But what it's done, and what we can also do, is work around where the seasoning was. And look, that flavour on the wrap. I mean, some people might say that's fat, and those people could be right, but there's a little bit of flavour in there. Definitely some taco seasoning. We've got the beef. This is a 4-cheese mix. Now this goes on. There's that sour cream back, which I wonder if that will help hold these together. The lettuce, tomatoes, and I guess this is one positive. The last thing that goes on is cheese, which you can kind of use as a sort of filler to cloak everything and give it a nice, fairly flat edge. And if it's exposed in any way, it might melt and fuse together. Let's just see though if we can get any sort of fold on this. It's not bad. It's a little full actually, guys. Oh no, it's oh no, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Probably just try and give it a little bit of force to hold its shape. You know what? There's different variations of this.
Cold weeders are dumb. Remember that, people.
Give you some slack, so let's do that. Oh,
there is no good cold weeder.
Hold it like that. Oh my gosh.
And there is no poor politician.
That's not too bad actually. It's just whether if I drop that in there like that, is that going to... okay, good. I will go again to warm it through and firm up this time. that tortilla to potentially lock and fuse all those ingredients together. So a couple of minutes in there, if not, I've got a mountain of ingredients sat down there going, is there any chance I could be in the contract? No. But that, or you can hear it's firmed up too, so it should have locked that in place. Nothing seems to have fallen out. Oh, it does feel really rigid. Look at that. Hey, you've done it. Good work, mate. Oh. One of those like Instagrammy things. Oh yeah. Oh, that is amazing. Cheese is gooey, and then you hit this actually sour cream that's like still like, it's like, crunch the lettuce, the punch of the tomatoes, the tangy beef, the tostada, or basically the corn, the hard crunchy part. Nice. But the warm, the heat wrapped around it, encasing it all together. Oh, I love that you could cook the meat in the air fryer, take it out, absorb some of that flavour with the tortilla, warm that through, build it, and then cook it back in there all in one motion. And for me, that's kind of like what's so impressive about that. So these recipes were supposed to get progressively better, but I think I've got a new order now. If I was to rank them, the worst would probably be the latte. It's kind of like, what's the point? Second would be that loaf. We were restricted with space. The baking time was almost as long as the oven would be. The donuts were pretty good. They were warm, they were fluffy like donut-like in that regard, but still slightly cakey. I think in joint first place is the McRib, which I can't show you because I've eaten it. But the crunch wrap was pretty good too. Both that methodology that you could pretty much use the entire air fryer, which is not the whole point of them, don't get me wrong, but I love that simplicity. So that's the order. If you want to try any of the recipes, I'll write them all up on the website, so do check them out. If you enjoy the air fryer videos, I've got a whole air fryer playlist that goes on for quite a while now, so do check it out if you wish. Cheers for watching, and I'll see you later. You can make a latte in air fryer. Whether you should. You could do that Jurassic Park ride again. I don't know.
And remember, Rock the Country's gonna be in Ashland, Kentucky, among other places. Like, I don't know where the other places are, but still, one of them's gonna be in Ashland, Kentucky, and there's gonna be a lot of artists there, including Hank Williams Jr., out of all people, Kid Rock, you know, Nickelback. I'll put it up here, see, Kid Rock, Nickelback, Hank Williams Jr. and Tracy Lawrence will be the main ones, and the other ones will be Upchurch, Shenandoah, Mark Chestnut, Kentucky Headhunters. Hold on, wait a minute. Trying to see all Sammy Kershaw, Deanna Carter, Hudson Westbrook, them Dirty Roses. Then you got Afro Man, Yin Yang Twins, and DJ Silver. I just want to put that out there. And by the way, that video that you just watched was by Barry Lewis. And it was called, let me put it back on there, what was it called again? Testing famous recipe clones in an air fryer. I just want to give him credit, unlike some other people. You know, because now I gotta give him credit. Why does the... We need to find another video, that's all I need to say. But it needs to be a shorter video, you see. Not like these videos, which are 46 minutes long, or 53 minutes, or 28 minutes, or however many minutes there are. Oh, they're the short. Armadillo ice cream sandwich, damn. Also tonight, I want to write this down on a piece of paper too. I should have wrote down the schedule beforehand. Paul vs. Tyson is on tonight on Netflix. On Netflix. And that is not pay-per-view. They made a video saying it's not on pay-per-view, it's on Netflix. Good thing it's not on pay-per-view. It'd probably be worth $100 for the pay-per-view if it wasn't 4K. Good thing it's not on pay-per-view, and good thing I got the cheapest Netflix tier, you know. Good thing Mike Tyson's fighting again, you know. Mike Tyson should whip Jake Paul's ass. Yeah, whip Jake Paul's ass, Mike Tyson. Yeah, motherfucker. I told him, well, okay, maybe I shouldn't have said that to Mike Tyson because Mike Tyson would kill me too, but Mike Tyson's gonna win. If you may know, he's Iron Mike Tyson. Yeah. And if he doesn't win, I'll be shocked. But some people are saying it's already rigged. I say if it's rigged, then they're making a huge mistake. But still, that mistake could be worth millions of dollars, or billions of dollars, or millions of dollars. Let's see here. The rise and fall and resurgence of friendlies. Okay, let's see. Let's watch that video. Let's call this rerun.
And the place you call home. It's why we created a health insurance company.
Genius.
So much more. Well, point. Your whole health is our whole point.
Genius. Hold wait a minute. I want to write this commercial down. Commercial. I like to see and hold on a minute and saw it. Ragu, kettle, kettle sauce. Okay.
Friendly's is one of America's most beloved brands, but it almost didn't make it out of its infancy after the founders closed down the chain and went off to war. Friendly Ice Cream was founded by brothers Presley and Curtis Blake in Springfield, Massachusetts in 1935. The Great Depression was still the nation's grim reality at the time, but with a $547 loan from their parents, 20-year-old Presley and 18-year-old Curtis Blake opened their ice cream business.
The reason that we got into this is because we couldn't get a job.
They called it Friendly, so that customers would know that welcoming service accompanied the ice cream. The Blake's business model was simple. One brother would make the ice cream, while the other served customers. Neighboring drugstores and soda shops sold 2 scoops or a double-dip ice cream cone for a dime back then. The Blakes sold them for a nickel. When Friendly Ice Cream opened its doors on a summer evening in 1935, the line was about 100 feet long. They stayed open until midnight and sold 552 cones for a takeaway of $27.60. Friendly Ice Cream quickly became a popular spot in Springfield. Despite his youth, Presley Blake was a shrewd businessman who was all for efficiency and fiercely anti-debt. For the first 5 years, the Blake brothers shared a used 1928 Ford Model A and rarely took time off. When customers began suggesting that Friendly sell food as well as ice cream, the Blakes listened. With the original Springfield location turning a profit, Presley and Curtis Blake opened a second Friendly Ice Cream in 1940 in West Springfield, Massachusetts. In tandem with the new location, the Blakes broadened Friendly Ice Cream's menu to include sandwiches such as the patty melt and the grilled cheese, both of which are still on the menu today. With 2 locations and more variety, Friendly Ice Cream was on track to become a profitable chain. And then, World War II changed everything. In 1943, 2 years after the United States entered World War II, Friendly Ice Cream closed up entirely. The Blakes posted a sign on the shop's windows saying Friendly Ice Cream would reopen when America won the war. To help make that a reality, Curtis Blake joined the military, and Presley Blake worked with Westinghouse Corp. With the war's end in 1945, Friendly returned, adding ice cream delivery trucks a year later to cater to the suburban market. Shopping plazas became more widespread, and Friendly Ice Cream was the perfect fit. Between 1945 and 1952, the chain grew per year.
I
Friendly
just started out with Brc'S.
or success invigorated its founders to enact a robust expansion plan. Curtis Blake planned and oversaw the building of every new Friendly location, while Presley Blake took the lead on the financial side, and they kept everything in the family. When the Blakes led Friendly, not a single location was franchised out. In the early 1950s, the Blakes opened a manufacturing plant where all of the ice cream, syrups, sundae toppings, and sandwich ingredients used at Friendly ice cream establishments were processed. In 1960, Friendly Ice Cream's headquarters of the plant moved to Wilbraham, Massachusetts, and expansion continued. By 1974, the chain had 500 units.
You want to know something? I've been to Friendly's when I went to Myrtle Beach and when I was in Ohio. When I used to visit my dad in Ohio, I used to go to Friendly's. Now, it's not there in Ohio. It's more likely around the East Coast now, but it's not around here, even though it should be. And it's not in Ohio, it's around the beach areas, which is nice and all. Excuse me.
And a second manufacturing plant in Troy, Ohio.
Yeah.
By 1979, Friendly Ice Cream was thriving, so much so that Hershey was interested in acquiring the company. After 44 years in the biz, the brothers sold to Hershey to the tune of $162 million. Presley Blake was 65 when Friendly was sold. Curtis Blake was 63. By then, there were roughly 600 Friendly ice cream locations for Hershey to assume. Hershey embraced the new ownership. Its legendary candies became standard fare in Friendly Sundays, something fans of the chain have come to count on. Hershey's capital also helped the restaurant to grow at a quicker pace than ever, and the new owners also took to renovating some of the older Friendly locations. It was an auspicious new chapter. Under new ownership, Friendly continued to expand its reaches as a family-oriented chain. Yet Friendly didn't prosper for long under the Hershey banner. Cracks began to show, perhaps for the first time, in Friendly's business operations. Despite new locations continuing to open, in the late 1980s, profits fell for the first time in the restaurant's history. In 1988, Hershey decided that ownership of the restaurant chain detracted from the brand's focus on the sweets and snacks segment. Friendly was sold to Tennessee Restaurant Company, or TRC, for approximately $375 million. TRC quickly made changes. The restaurant name was changed to Friendly's, and that was just the beginning of some serious streamlining. Over 100 Friendly's locations were slated for closure, the majority in Florida, Ohio, and Virginia. Business operations were still going strong in Friendly's home base of New England, though, for the time being.
Shopping for health insurance is my favorite thing to do. Just kidding, it's not. That's why I tell everyone about health markets and how simple they make it. My agent...
You want to know something?
A businessman whose expertise was reviving tired restaurant chains. Smith understood.
Hold on a minute, I want to tell you something real quick. Not to write this down. Actually, I might as well write it down real quick. This is info about Camden Park. Apparently, they're going to be open next year because they already got the 2025 season passes are now on sale. So that's good. At least Camden Park's making it another year. Okay. Or at least as of this moment they are. Well, they survived a lot over the years, even though it's sort of a dilapidated park, but... And apparently the log flume is full of shit, apparently. Well, that side of it's full of shit. Or full of shit water, I don't know, because of the Ohio River water or something, I don't know. You'd think they wouldn't get water from the Ohio River. But stupid. Basically, it's full of shit like parasites or something, I don't know, or bacteria or something. Apparently.
Friendly's ice cream remained a reliable retail item for the brand. Most of Smith's rebranding efforts, however, didn't pay off. In 1992, Consumer Reports placed Friendly's last amongst 14 family restaurant chains, noting that customers who were surveyed expressed disappointment in Friendly's food quality, dining atmosphere, and service. In response, restaurants continued to open, existing ones were renovated, and upscale menu additions were introduced. Profits slowly ticked up, but so did the company's debt. In 1997, Friendly's went public on the stock market, a move TRC hoped would ease the mounting debt. Friendly's also began franchising in 1988. Co-founder Presley Blake had been keeping tabs on Friendly's from a distance and was seething with anger over how Smith and TRC were running the venture he still referred to as his baby. Though he was in his late 80s, Blake bought $2 million in Friendly's stock and became the company's largest shareholder. He then sued Smith, claiming that his flagrant personal use of the corporate jet and considerable stake in another restaurant company were against the best interests of Friendly's shareholders. A bitter legal battle was waged over the course of several years, ultimately forcing TRC to sell to Sun Capital in 2007 for $337.2 million. When Sun Capital affiliate Brc'S Operations Holding Corp. Acquired Friendly's in 2007, it appointed John McGuire as the new CEO and took the company private to deal with Friendly's financial dramas. McGuire quickly realized that Friendly's staunchly retro stance was damaging their image. He decided it was time to start closing units and selling off real estate. Friendly's also attempted to revamp their menu with more modern dining options.
I'm John McGuire, CEO of Friendly's. Like you, I grew up with Friendly's, and I'm happy to say we're back with a new menu.
But those efforts were undercut by their outdated locations. In October 2011, Friendly's filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, blaming the recession and the rising cost of cream. A total of 424 restaurants stayed open while the company worked through financial restructuring. A key factor in Friendly's slow and steady growth in the mid-20th century was its co-founders' insistence that Friendly's produced and owned all aspects of the business, from the restaurant buildings to the plants that manufactured the ice cream, to the ice cream itself. So when Friendly's sold its ice cream to dairy manufacturer Dean Foods in 2016, it truly felt like the end of an era. Dean Foods, based in Dallas, Texas, was the largest dairy processor in the U.S. at the time of the sale. The company purchased all of Friendly's manufacturing and retail operations for $155 million in cash. When Dean Foods took over, Friendly's ice cream sales were up 105%. Not too shabby for a company that had filed for bankruptcy just 5 years earlier. Dean Foods agreed to operate out of Friendly's existing ice cream manufacturing facilities and retain the employees who worked there. By offloading the ice cream's manufacturing and retail to Dean Foods, Friendly's could continue to focus on improving its restaurants. About 100 units closed during the bankruptcy, leaving Friendly's with 254 locations as of September 2016. Friendly's.
Hey, yo. What did Bret Hart say now about Triple H? I want to know. Seems like Bret Hart's getting less popular with me. It's not Triple H's fault, it's Shawn Michaels' fault. Since when is it Triple H's fault? And plus you appeared on WWE TV not too long ago, so I think you better shut the fuck up, Bret Hart. Bret the Hitman Hart. You big old fucking fart.
The parent company of the Friendly's ice cream plant in Wilbraham is declared
You old fart.
Dean Foods
Bret the Hitman Hart.
Assets.
Worsening the situation was the depressing deal Friendly's made to be acquired by Amici Partners Group, LLC, an affiliate of Brc'S Holdings, for just $2 million. The low price was to account for Friendly's huge debts. Lenders were willing to
I wonder what he did say. Hold on.
in order to close the deal in January 2021. Friendly's co-founder Presley Blake lived to see this.
Oh, Bret Hart's stupid anyway anymore. I think he's just bitter or something because he's old or something. I mean, I know he can still kick my ass, but it's over with.
In 2022, the plan was to play upon Friendly's legacy as a classic American eatery, while sprucing up the menu with foods that would appeal to a younger crowd. That meant shrinking Friendly's new menu from 8 pages to 2, tossing out tired items, and introducing playful picks like the Doritos Cool Ranch Chopped Cheeseburger, along with new ice cream flavors. Friendly's has introduced.
See, you want to know something about wrestling, people? I mean, it depends on the wrestling you watch, but remember, people, even though I do watch wrestling sometimes, just remember this, it's the same old goddamn shit.
This program was launched As for company...
Just remember that, people. If you watch it closely, and if you're smart like me, which I know damn well you're not, it's the same old shit every week. It's drama, fighting, kissy, drama, fighting. To some extent. It's funny, but then if it gets repetitive over time, it's just gonna get worse.
Events like the Fribble giveaway. Some of the new foods came off as gimmicky.
At least they're having a boom right now. A boom of professional wrestling instead of independent wrestling, because even though that's where the wrestlers start, independent wrestling's for shit too.
2023 World Tour. In April 2024, Friendly's announced that...
And how do I know this? Is because one of them cyberbullied me in independent wrestling. If I had a gun, I would have already shot him. I would have shot him in the heart and then in the goddamn brain. So then I know he would fucking die. I know he will die, because if you shoot someone in the heart, they're fucking dead.
Value menu would be offered in all of its restaurants, giving the chain a fighting chance to compete.
But I'm not gonna shoot him. I will hurt him viciously. But I'm not gonna shoot him.
Any indicator of how the future will go.
But you don't know that. Yeah, you may not know that, but you don't know what I'm capable of either.
Home to Friendly's steadiest customer base.
You know what I'm saying? Who are you, but what am I? Or something like that.
Hope alive. A new Friendly's that opened in Orlando, Florida, features a more open ice cream.
I am Bailey Chandler, Bailey Robert Chandler, of Poca, West Virginia, while you, Shane Storm, or Matt Wolf, or whoever the fuck you go by this minute, you know, you, Shane Storm, don't live in Fargo, North Dakota, and plus if you did, you'd be screwed too, no matter what, because I would still shoot you with a goddamn gun.
Reportedly did well in testing, but the menu has
because I can.
Overall, Friendly's is more mindful.
And plus, I think you better shut the fuck up, Shane Storm, because in the end, you're just a coward like Trump.
20% have undergone a recent remodel, with the remaining.
And plus, I don't give a flying fuck, shit, or damn a fuck about you.
Objective for Friendly's moving forward.
I wish you would die. I wish you would die by killing your family and then killing yourself. Like Chris Benoit. But then again, that won't happen until you get CTE. Which I highly know you do have CTE, because you're stupid. You're stupid, you're stupid, you're stupid. You're brain dead, almost, you know it, and you're a commie. I'm not a commie, you are. I'm a Democrat. You are the commie, you Republican. You fucking fuck toy. You know, if someone used your fuck toy, I guarantee they use it more than you will ever. Maybe I should write that down on a wrestling script. That sounds fun to write down. You want to know something else, people? I do like y'all, except for Shane Storm. He can go to hell. How long have we been on here for? 58 minutes. Damn, that's longer than usual anymore. You know what? I better say bye anyway. Bye.